Hey, what is going on, guys? It's Young here, and today I'm back in a Fortnite video, and in today's video, I'm going to give you guys some tips and tricks and some things that I do to get better and also improve here in Season 2. I'm going to be telling you guys some strategies that I use to help me win, and as well how I improve very quickly in this game. And real quick, before we get into the video, I'm going to be giving away 2,000 free V-Bucks. If you guys want a chance to enter this giveaway and win some free V-Bucks, all you guys have to do is to drop a like on this video. Make sure you guys do subscribe to the channel. Turn on my post notifications so you guys can get notified for every single new video. And as well, leave a comment down below of either your Xbox gamer tag, your PSN gamer tag, or Epic account. And you guys will be automatically entered into the giveaway. Also, if you guys would like to support me in the item shop, all you guys have to do is to plug in my code. My code is YoungHumor, and I really do appreciate all you guys who have me added as a creator in the item shop. And alright guys, let's go right to the video. Alright, so in this video, I wanted to be giving you guys some tips and tricks on how to improve and just how to win more gunfights and just be a lot better player overall. There's a few things that I've noticed that have really helped me out significantly and helped me win way more gunfights and improve very, very quickly in this game. So of course, when you're playing a game, any sort of game in Fortnite, you're always trying to win. That's going to be your main objective, and you want to win as many gunfights as possible, so you could maybe try to get as many kills as possible and also get the win, which is something that I've been focusing on probably for the past few days, trying to get as many kills as I possibly can. And one big thing that I've noticed, especially here in Season 2 with all the new weapons, so you have the mythic weapons, you have something like the minigun, the drum gun, the SCAR, I think there's a heavy AR, and there might be another weapon that I can't think. Oh, you have the boom bow as well. So you have a lot of weapons that are extremely OP. And with these mythic weapons, they shoot a lot faster. So for instance, with the SCAR, it shoots faster and it does more damage. So one thing I've noticed in this game that really does change how it's played dramatically is going to be when you're going against a gunfight or you're in a gunfight against another player. One thing you have to keep in mind and consider, if the other player has better loot than you, that means you have to be even better than the other player. You have to be that much better to win in that gunfight. And I've seen this happen to me and other players so many times over, where I'm in a gunfight against another player, and I have some average loot. Maybe I have like a green pump, blue pump, and maybe like a green SMG. And I laser the guy. I play very, very good against him. And then I lose the gunfight because the other player whips out the drum gun, whips out maybe a gold pump, and then nails me for 200 damage. Hits me with a quadruple headshot with the drum gun and melts me from 200 HP down to 0 in a matter of less than a second. I've seen this happen so many times, and I've been losing so many gunfights, and I've been playing so much worse because of it. So one thing that I have done to dramatically improve the gunfights that I'm winning and also the gunfights that I'm winning is just going to be making sure that I have the best possible loot that I can get in the game. And a really good way to get the mythic weapons like the SCAR and the drum gun, of course, you can land in the middle, but it's going to be very, very hectic. What I like to do is maybe land outside. So I like to land places like Lazy, places like Pleasant Park. Go there, and then I would head towards the middle where the agency is here, and a lot of times you'll end up finding a player, maybe getting a pick or two on players who have the drum gun, who have the SCAR, or whatever gun that you really like to have. And the reason why I'm talking about loot and how to improve specifically for Season 2 is because the weapons, like the mythic weapons, are extremely overpowered, especially for those guys who play on controller and have very good aim. They're extremely overpowered, and you can get a lot of kills and play a lot better with the weapons if you're able to pick one of them up. And it's just kind of like a good analogy to use when it comes to the weapons. And like I said, I've lost so many gunfights because I've had maybe a green pump and the other guy had a purple pump. I hit him for 30 damage or 40 damage when they were one shot, and then they turn around, pop a bunch of fish, and then they end up 200 pumping me. Or they grab an SMG, or I have an SMG and they have a drum gun, and they just laser me after I make all the right plays. And I've seen this happen so many times, so many countless times, that now in my games I specifically focus on getting the best loot possible. Because a good analogy that I've used is for those guys who play on console, or for those guys who play on PC, you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. When you're playing against someone who's on PC, and it could be PC controller, keyboard, mouse player, it really doesn't matter. If they have an increased advantage, so if they have 240 FPS, it's going to be easier for them to get kills on you than if you were to get kills on them on a console, because of the input delay, and also the frame rate is a lot lower. So if you're on console and you want to consistently win against PC players or people who play on higher FPS, you have to be a decent amount or significantly better than the other player to win that gunfight. Because when you have that disadvantage of FPS and that disadvantage of higher input delay. You have to be better than the other player to overcome that and then win the gunfight. And same thing can be applied when it comes to the different loot in the game. So if you have a green pump and you have a blue SMG, you have to be significantly, or you have to outplay the other player much better if the other player had, for instance, a purple pump and a gold drum gun, or maybe even a gold scar. So if you're going against a player who has that kind of loot, you have to be significantly, or at least a decent amount better, and outplay the other player, because the guns that you have do significantly less damage, and so it's going to be much harder to win that gunfight. And that's kind of the analogy that I used when it came to the console and versus PC comparison. You have to be a decent amount better than the other player to win in that gunfight, because it really is a huge, especially when it comes to the guns, is a huge disadvantage if someone you're going against has a gold pump and you have a green pump, just based on the way the damage is. And I'm pretty sure the other pumps have more range as well. So you're at such a significant advantage, meaning that you have to improve way more than the other player. You have to be much better than the other player, and that all can be taken away, that all can be, I guess, evened out if you have very good loot. So if you're the player who has the gold pump, if you're the player who has the drum gun, if you're the player who has the gold mythic scar, then you're going to be able to win gunfights easier, even if you're not as good as the other player. So this can be a sure shortcut to winning gunfights a lot easier. And this is a huge advantage, like I said, specifically in Season 2, because if you compare a green SMG to a blue SMG, it really doesn't matter. Same with before, if you consider a green pump to a blue pump, I mean, it's really not that significant of an advantage. It's not that big of a deal. But if you're comparing a blue SMG or a green SMG to a drum gun, or if you're comparing a gold or a gold pump to a blue pump, I mean, there is just no comparison. The gold pump is 10 times better, the drum gun is 10 times better, and the mythic scar is 10 times better. And it's not even close. It's not like it's just a little bit better. I mean, it is infinitely better, and it's going to make you win a lot more gunfights and help you play a lot better. And you're going to be winning more gunfights against players who are even better than you without having to significantly improve at this game. And of course, if you want to look improve on your mechanics specifically, I've always recommended something like Zone Wars. I've always recommended things like box fights, because it focuses on close range, and a lot of gunfights you have in game are going to be close range as well. And Zone Wars is kind of a mix too, because you can work on your long range accuracy as well. But I really do like box fights for the most part. But when it comes to public matches, it could be arena, pubs, whatever the case may be. Getting really, really good loot can just cut that, I guess, the improvement down by just a little bit. Like I said, having good sensitivity and also having very good loot can make all the difference. You don't even have to really improve that much, as long as you have better loot than the other player. Because when it comes to the differences between the gold pump, the blue pump, the regular SMGs, and the drum gun, it is night and day. It's nowhere. The comparison is just completely different. The amount of damage that the gun does is completely different. And that's why when it comes to winning games here in the season, winning gunfights, and improving and winning against other players who might even be better than you, that is going to be my go-to strategy. And that's what I would recommend to you guys who are looking to get more wins, looking to improve at the game, get better, or just looking to win a lot more gunfights. So those are kind of the biggest things that I would focus on, and kind of the easiest, because I always try to find ways to win gunfights very, very easily without telling you guys, hey, just go into creative and free build for like 2 hours to improve your builds, and you can win a lot more gunfights that way, which, yes, it does help a lot. But doing something like just trying to focus on getting better loot, maybe staying in the spawn a little bit longer to get a purple pump, or rushing towards the agency to get a drum gun, because like right here, even if this guy was a better player than me, he couldn't do anything. I just lasered him down to 25 HP with my drum gun right off the start of the gunfight. And basically at that point, even if you're going against the best players in the game, if they're down at 10 HP and you have 200, it's going to be nearly impossible for them to pull off in that gunfight. So all in all, you really want to focus and have a good rotation where you're able to pick up one of these very good weapons very early on in the game, and that's going to help you win against players who are even better. So even if you're playing against keyboard and mouse players or people who have 240 FPS controller players, you're still able to have at least a very decent chance of winning that gunfight, just because you have such good weapons, and going against that other player can be a little bit easier than before. But with that being said, that's wrap up for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys found this video very helpful. And if you guys could, make sure you guys do drop a like. Make sure you guys do subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Make sure you guys do turn on my post notifications so you guys are notified for every single new video. And alright guys, I'll see you next video.